California is burning. Farmers are begging for water and crime is out of control. So what's Governor Gavin Newsom focusing on? Rigging congressional districts to steal power from voters. It's not speculation. He just actually announced it publicly while dumping fresh water into the ocean and watching his state collapse. Newsom's launching an all-out assault on our republic itself. But that's not even the worst part. What we've discovered about where California is getting its oil is going to blow your mind. There is a Russia connection nobody's talking about. And the farmers, they're about to expose something that could end Newsom's career forever. This is bigger than just bad governance. This is about raw power, foreign influence, and the systematic destruction of America's largest state. So stay tuned. So while Newsom lets California collapse, smart Californians are protecting what they have worked for. As we age, our bodies need support, just like our savings need protection from politicians who'd rather play power games than serve citizens. That's why I've relied on ageless multi-collagen for years. It includes 5 types of collagen from 4 premium sources, helping fight the visible stress of living under a failed leadership. When you're watching your state crumble, stress shows on your face, wrinkles, sagging skin, premature aging. Well, ageless multi-collagen helps combat that, optimizing skin hydration and elasticity. Plus, every order feeds a hungry child through NoKidHungry.org, doing more good than Newsom ever has. While politicians destroy California, take care of yourself. Get 51% off at healthwithgary.com. Don't let their failures age you prematurely. Now, here was the scene right outside of Gavin Newsom's venue today. Border Patrol Chief Greg Bovino just exposed Gavin Newsom right outside his venue. A mic drop moment. Watch this.
Take that one to the bank.
What happened?
We're here making Los Angeles a safer place. Since we won't have politicians that'll do that, we do that ourselves. So that's what we're here today, as you can see, already making it a safer place. We're glad to be here, not going anywhere.
And the governor's inside right there.
I don't know where he's at.
He's about 100 feet behind us. Do you have any comment from him or anything?
Again,
any message?
We're making Los Angeles and California a safer place. We're going to continue to do that. And they can take that one to the bank and cash it.
What happened?
We're here making...
Scorching Gavin Newsom. Here's a meme I saw today I wanted to share with you. Gotta love the memes. I live for the memes. The Franzer memes made this. Check this out.
I wasn't exaggerating when I said that I received in the mail a Trump 2028 hat. I wasn't exaggerating when I said that I received in the mail a Trump 2028 hat. I wasn't exaggerating.
Of course, President Trump dropping a Trump 2028 hat on a visualization of Gavin Newsom. Karen Bass is triggered, having a complete meltdown after federal agents conducted a raid right outside of Governor Gavin Newsom's event in Los Angeles.
Not believe that this just happened to be a coincidence.
There is no way this was a coincidence. This was widely publicized that the governor and many of our other elected officials were having a press conference here to talk about redistricting, and they decided they were going to come and thumb their nose in front of the governor's face. Why would you do that? That is unbelievably disrespectful. It's a provocative act. They're talking about disorder in Los Angeles, and they are the source of the disorder in Los Angeles right now. This is just completely unacceptable. This is a administration, this is a Customs and Border Patrol that has gone amok. This absolutely has to stop. There was no danger here. There was no need to detain anyone here. And there was certainly no need to have a provocative act right here where the governor is having a press conference.
Not believe that this just happened to be a coincidence.
There is no way this was a coincidence.
She is triggered. She is triggered. Here we got this. Farmers in California still not receiving water. Almond growers, yes. Gavin Newsom still dumping fresh water into the ocean rather than utilizing the water.
Let the water... I'm watching President Trump speak right now, and I really don't know if he's aware or not, but this is what's going on in California. So he went ahead and sent in the military to let the water flow from up north all the way to Southern California. Well, Mr. President, let me go ahead and tell you something, and I feel that you need to go ahead and have your administration step in. So what Gavin Newsom is doing is that he's redirecting all that water to what? All the almond farms. You know what they're actually telling farmers now in Northern California? And this is an attack on the farmers in California. They're telling them, oh, we're going to go ahead and shut your irrigation system down. Why? Why would you do that? Simply just put, almonds are the #1 seller for the economy of California. Plain simple and put. The rest of it, they're still throwing it out into the middle of the ocean. They don't care. Gavin Newsom does not care. So, cities like LA, or even, you look at Big Bear, you look at all these other places that should have reservoirs with just an abundant amount of water coming down from the north. People in the north, the farmers, are being attacked right now, telling that, oh, your irrigation's going to go ahead and be redirected. You're not going to get water towards your farm anymore. Wow. And it's forcing generations of families, of farmers, out of business in the state of California. Why? Because they're redirecting.
And that is Gavin Newsom for you. Gavin Newsom attacking President Trump by labeling him a failed president. Media Research Center writes, apparently a booming economy and all-time low border crossings are a failure. That's according to Gavin.
Ends. They want to rig these elections, and they want the power that gerrymandering provides, because they know what Donald Trump knows. He's going to lose the midterms. He knows de facto his presidency ends in 17 months when Speaker Jeffries is back in office. He knows it. Why else would you try to rig the system? Why else would you make the phone call? He's a failed president.
Not a failed president. He's actually a smart president. And that's why Texas is doing what they are doing, because we know what happens when the Democrats take control of the House. We're going to have impeachment proceedings. They're going to drown this presidency over and over again. Uh-oh. MAGA Voice writes, watch how nervous Adam Schiff is at Gavin Newsom's rally. He knows what's coming.
Worth less. And we have come to learn, much to our shock and astonishment, that this thing we call democracy is fragile. And now we are on the precipice of another great threat to our democracy, and that is this effort by Donald Trump and Republicans in Texas to take people's vote away, to make the votes of those in California worth less, by taking lines in Texas that are already, and we...
Gavin Newsom talking about a threat to democracy. That's all, Adam Schiff talking about Trump being a threat to democracy. It's Adam Schiff who has been lying to the American people and participating in the overthrow of a president. Media Lies writes, California Union President David Huerta claims that Trump is trying to disenfranchise voters permanently by pushing for redistricting in red states.
With all the... And we will continue to defend our city. We will continue to defend our state. We will continue to defend our families, and we continue to defend this democracy. With all the power of nonviolent action and with the power of our vote, we have no intention to let up at all in this effort. We must have a response to those who choose to do this, and we cannot allow the voters in this country to be disenfranchised, perhaps permanently, by the actions of an authoritarian. SEIU members care too much about fairness, about our right to vote.
Yeah, sure. Keep crying. Keep crying. This is what California Governor Newsom and Mayor of LA Bass are doing to California, destroying California on purpose.
Because I knew every... Do you know who's buying up all of the property in the LA fire zones? It's the Chinese. And I've avoided saying this for a while because I knew everybody would call me a racist. But that's just the fact of the matter. I work in both areas daily, both Pacific Palisades and Altadena. And the people driving around looking at the properties to buy them are all Chinese nationals. And I've even had a few of them call me saying, hey, we're buying 5 or 6 lots. Can you build us spec houses? And go ahead, call me a racist, but I think it's sad that California and LA, with their slow reaction time and incompetence, is going to turn both Altadena and Pacific Palisades into the type of neighborhoods where you drive down and all of the signage is in Chinese, you can't read it, you can't understand it. Here in America, because of incompetence. Do you know who's buying up all of the property in the LA fire zone?
China buying up California property. Who didn't see that coming? Here is gerrymandering in the apartment. How funny.
It doesn't even make ridiculous.
You said I need to start taking care of myself.
You are absurd.
I'm marking what is mine.
You're gerrymandering the apartment. It doesn't even make sense.
These are my highly frequented areas. This is my chair.
God.
This chair was promised to my family 30 years ago.
We bought it off Facebook Marketplace last month. This is ridiculous. Come on, you gerrymandered the TV.
Just the Netflix icon. That's my ex-girlfriend's account. I still have the login.
You don't need to do the chips.
You've eaten my food before.
This is leading into my room.
That's an annex. Or don't look at it. Come on.
Are you kidding me?
What?
The lotion? What is that?
Okay, that's where I sit.
Hey, what's going on in here?
Hey babe, Chris is marking his territory in the apartment.
Oh, it's so weird.
Hey, what the hell is that? Son of a bitch! That's my girlfriend!
I'm looking to redistrict it.
Redistricting. Nice skit. But it's nothing to laugh about. Governor Newsom, California leaders make major announcement on state redistricting. A whole 1 hour stream. Let's check in with Mr. Wonderful. Saying, don't fall for the ridiculous lies and propaganda of Gavin Newsom.
Cisco, which is California is a dumpster fire. And sadly, it is a dumpster fire. It's tragic what happened here. Gross mismanagement. We started talking about this with San Francisco, which is a war zone. And now LA, before this, was riddled with crime, people walking in and out of the stores, just stealing stuff. You've documented that forever. It is time for change. Gavin Newsom is a terrible manager. He is the Justin Trudeau of California. He's horrific. And obviously, people should want to make a change and hire somebody else. But I think it goes the other way. I think they're so tired of the rhetoric and the policy and the taxes and the mismanagement. You know, just watching that woman talk about, it's all over the internet now, where is the water pressure in my fire hydrant, to Gavin Newsom? And he says, it's a local thing. You can't say that when you're a politician. You have to own the problem. He doesn't even understand that. Time for him to get removed from office immediately.
That's something I can get behind as well. Gavin Newsom will officially seek to gerrymander California's U.S. House map before 2026 to ensure Republicans can't hold the House for President Trump. Charlie Kirk on the Democrats' redistricting temper tantrums.
Came on my show, and there's a contradiction in everything the Democrats are doing. They're saying gerrymandering is bad, but we're going to now gerrymander in response. And understand, they've used gerrymandering for years without any sort of reciprocity from the Republican Party. And now finally we have Texas that's saying, you know what, we want to have more minority representative districts. Governor Abbott came on my show and he talked about, hey, this map actually gives a bigger voice to Hispanic Americans in Texas. Look, Gavin Newsom should not be taken seriously with this, but it goes to show that these major Democrat states are run purely for power politics, not the betterment of the citizens of their states. There's a
well said, Charlie. Well said. Here's more. Gavin Newsom threatening to end the Trump presidency like he did homelessness and raw sewage from Mexico and retail theft. What?
California, to make California Governor Gavin Newsom is taking aim at President Trump in the fight over redrawn congressional maps. Newsom is now promising to redraw the congressional map of California to make up for any Republican gains in red states like Texas. He sent a letter to Trump on Monday giving him 24 hours to tell Republican governors to stand down. And last night, Newsom fired off a Trump-style post in all caps saying, Donald Taco Trump, as many call him, missed the deadline. California will now draw new, more beautiful maps. They will be historic as they will end the Trump presidency. Dems take back the House. No immediate response from Trump.
Well, if you recall, Governor Abbott said if Gavin Newsom wants to try that he's going to go ahead and he is going to redistrict Texas again to introduce 10 new districts. So Gavin Newsom can scream and cry all he wants, but we're going to fight fire with fire. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is next. So Gavin Newsom just showed America what Democrats really care about: power, not people. While farmers beg for water, he dumps it in the ocean. While families flee crime, he focuses on rigging elections. And now we find out that California is importing Russian oil while Newsom undermines Trump's Ukraine peace efforts. This is not incompetence, it's sabotage. He's literally destroying California to maintain political control. The man who claims he ends homelessness while tent cities explode? Who says he fixed crime while businesses flee? Who promises prosperity while taxing residents into poverty? Now he wants to gerrymander districts to block voters' will. So here's my question. Should the federal government intervene to stop Newsom's assault on our republic? Drop a yes or no in the comments below. Let's continue the conversation, because this is what one-party rule looks like, folks. And if you're as disgusted as I am, show it and grab some patriotic gear from our shop. Let them know that we are not backing down.